All right. Welcome. So we finally have started the Bryan Kay Show after so long. We listened to your concerns and we decided to take this thing up a notch. In terms of the Boyd's entertainment, it's really gone downhill, and I'm pretty sure that Noodles is going to be dethroned by yours truly, Bryan Kay. Except we're going to bring a little bit different style to the Boyd. None of that nasty business like him, am I right, folks? Okay. So for tonight, we have a very special guest. We'll get to that bit later. Don't worry, we'll get to that bit. Hold still. We have so much fun in entertainment that we hope you enjoy. We hope to bring a lot of smiles to the faces across the place. And oh yeah, by the way, Wild Bill, we do in fact have Ben Shapiro. You are incorrect. You're wrong. Ben Shapiro, the Ben Shapiro, is going to be on our show. Just deal with it, alright? I don't make the rules, but I bloody well do follow them. Alright, so like I was saying, sit back, relax, grab a bag of popcorn or whatever, and just enjoy the show. If you or your gay-ass little friend want to go see the Bryan Kay Show, be sure to write 666 at obamawhitehouse.com. Tickets include a free .org. Be sure to sign up there, or else we'll send somebody to your house to murder your pets. There's nothing you can do to stop us, neither. We know where you live. We've been listening to your dreams, and we are also going to live inside of your walls. In local news, a trans man of the Portland chapter of the LGBTQ community found a newly born coyote pup abandoned in the safe haven baby hatchment for new mothers unable to murder their children with an abortion. Tonight's guest, Ben Shapiro, has agreed to adopt the pup, naming him Hunter B, allowing the pup to get all the nutrients needed to thrive by suckling his third nipple. Ben and his doctor wife intend to give the pup, Hunter B, a wonderful full life until the day before Thanksgiving, when they will slaughter the pup like a hooker terminating her 12th unplanned pregnancy to feed his mother and father-in-law. So without further ado, put your hands together for Ben Shapiro.
You know, me and my wife were out the other day and we had someone come up to us shouting about it's wrong that Texas made abortion illegal. And it was at that moment, at that place in time, that I remembered the struggles of the character Mike Spangler in the movie Hot Loads, Sweaty Bullets. I started to think about how his character was being persecuted and threatened in a manner very similar to the way this person was doing so to my wife and I. So what I did was I stood up and took a stand against this stranger's aggressions. I started by screaming at him to get away from my doctor wife and me, or else I would go to the bathroom in my pants. And I warned him heavily that if this attack on us continues, that I would have no other options. Unfortunately, rather than taking my advice and instead of heeding my warning, he continued to call us names and make fun of us. And it was at this point that my wife looks over at me and she says, "Show this guy. Who is the real boss?" I then looked him dead in the eyes and balled my fists up and began clenching every muscle in my abdomen. As I was feeling the back pressure really start to grow, I turned to him and said, "It did not have to be like this." My ass then unleashed a tremendously loud fart, but was lacking any turds to back up its loud reports. So I pushed harder and widened my stance, while also ensuring that my doctor wife was not within striking distance. The air in the room quickly fell ill, taking on an acrid nature, no doubt the result of my warning fart. But as this was happening, I remember thinking, oh my God, what if I can produce solid waste from my rectum? I was doing my best to not let the assailant become aware of this information, because my fear was that he would simply leave before I was able to actually pass stool in my pants. Quickly following this game of cat and mouse, I then could feel what I undeniably knew were moist turblets. Now, it's important to keep in mind, this was all happening in the matter of only a few seconds. First, I was under the illusion that the volume of shit I passed would be enough to achieve a victory over my adult bully, but soon, both my attacker and I recognized this wasn't the case. And just as I began thinking that this is it, that I am losing my fight, out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of a figure. I quickly shift my position in order to decipher who this person could be, and immediately recognized that it is none other than Jerry Nadler. And never before have I felt such relief at the sight of a U.S. Senator. Now, I think it is necessary our viewers know that me and Jerry Nadler haven't always seen eye to eye on things, but I was very taken back when Jerry looked at me and said that us Jews gotta stick together. I then could hear a loud bubbling sound coming from the guts of Mr. Nadler. This sound subsided, following what I can only describe as a sharp squelching screech. By this point, a blanket of shit now covered the floor where we stand. Jerry Nadler then tried holding on to a nearby table and left the area, moving in a shuffling-like manner, with a trail of shit following behind him. My doctor wife then stood proudly beside me, knowing...
Wow, mate, I'm
going
to be completely honest with you. The story's kind of shit, no pun intended. Just a little joke on my part. And for all the naysayers out there, all the little shit talkers that said I wasn't going to have a late night talk show that's very popular on South Africa, you can get stuffed, mate. You can get stuffed. How do you like that? Noodles, you like that? I told you that this was really happening. I'm sorry that I can get on television, but you can't. That's another story. Anyways, as we call this thing to an end here, I just want to say, thank you to Joe Biden. Thank you for all the help and support you're giving, your own people, all the not shit-stirring instigation you're pulling, I'm sure, in various countries. I want to say thank you to all the people that worked on the crew. Thank you to Al-Qaeda and the Taliban for being more successful than the American military. Anyway, take care and God bless.